Hey guys, welcome. This is AUSHAMMER. This is episode 3. You have been joined by myself, Brynley Dickey, and Ryan Price, who will be
Sure.
your hosts for this evening. We are through the labyrinth of buy, swapping, and selling your miniatures. We might as well just talk a bit of smack while we're sitting here. What have you been up to, Ryan?
Bro, work. Work has seen me not able to hobby very much, so I am still staring down the double barrel of so much death. Like I have, I have death rattle everywhere, like everywhere. It's really depressing. But I have sold my Primaris and all of my old Empire units, Empire Knights and stuff that I can't use anymore because sadness.
Yeah, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Let's not talk about that longer than we need to because it makes me sad. All right,
You're
it was like
cry.
40 cav units and a bunch of bearded wizard dudes that were just awesome. So
bunch
yeah,
of pony boys and neckbeards. Nice. Just
man.
send.
But other than that, that's it for me. What about you?
Oh man! All right. For those of you who aren't familiar, we are located in Brisbane, and it has been an absolute scorcher for the last couple of weeks. And I checked out the forecast last week, and I'm just like, oh wow, humidity is going to be like above 60%. And for those of you who live here, you'll understand that that's not when you want to be basing stuff. So this last weekend, I've just been mass basing a whole bunch of stuff just out in the backyard on a production line, just smashing out, just undercoating everything with primer, like black primer. I've got a whole bunch of Stormcast that have found their way to my table somehow.
Oh, dude, where'd you get those from?
Oh, mate, some client is just throwing them at me to get them
Oh, that dude
painted.
sounds like a dick.
Yeah, mate, you have no idea. I'm an absolute tosspot.
I heard he gave you this awesome Lord Castellan as well to strip.
Yeah, there's like this really disgusting paint job on it. It looks like it was finger painted by like a 3-year-old.
Oh,
So,
have you got it there so we can all see it and shame the person out?
yeah, right. Give me a second. Give me a second.
All
I'll
right,
grab
all
it.
right. I bet you it must be awesome because the client you got it from sounds like a really nice guy. At least if we're talking about the same.
Oh no, it's just breaking.
Is it your client stuff? Because he's probably
No,
watching this.
it's actually the table that I'm on. It's just part of it just fell apart. Wait, okay, that's part of the table. Don't need that. She's good to go. Right, so here we are.
One of our viewers, Alex, apparently made the mistake of undercoating yesterday as well. So now he's just made sure that he has more hobby to do. Here's a
Oh
look.
man, did it turn out? Ask him if it turned out all furry. Did it turn out all furry, man?
Where's that?
That happened to me.
Where's that Lord Salison again?
All right, it's over here. If everyone wants to have a look at it.
No, that's you don't even have the right mini. That's the Lord Salison. I mean the Castellan. He's the dude with the lantern and the axe.
Oh, okay.
Non-Stormcast players. See, this is what you get. This is the quality you get from Chaos players right here.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, you guys aren't even a real god. You guys don't matter to me. You're in the realm of chaos now, bitch.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know, I have no hobby skill, and Brynley's doing all of my Stormcast. Thank you, Brynley. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, but no, that Castellan, the dude with the candle and the other thing, that's already been stripped and primed. I think.
Sick, dude. Thank you.
They're up in the progress table up in the left over there.
Oh shit.
So yeah, they're all in a production line. I've got Liberators on the table. There's nothing really to look at. We've all seen gold.
Which reminds me, those Liberators, you're doing a tutorial soon, aren't you?
And yeah, so the ones with the bows and arrows, I'm going to do a tutorial on them. Yeah, I've just been going a bit crazy with the camera lately. I've got I did an unboxing of some Chaos miniatures that rocked up, which I have right here. It was basically on how to or how not to pack miniatures, depending on how you did it. And thanks, Jason, you passed, mate. you're packed with actually some decent skill. Nothing was broken. It was amazing.
Was it all wrapped in shit tickets?
No, it all. No, I've seen that happen.
Okay,
It was all bubble wrap, like actual bubble wrap and
you're
boxes.
kidding. That's like a step up, man. That's
Yeah.
a financial investment in shipping right there.
Yeah. I think he spent like a full $12 getting it to me, so I appreciate it.
Jason, you're a fucking legend.
Yeah, this guy, he's like all over it.
All right. So you've been a lot busier than me, man.
Yeah, I've been smashing it out. Just I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but I got a massive industrial sonic cleaner. Actually, no, I think I talked about that. So that'll be put to use as soon as I spend like, remortgage my house and buy like 22 liters of methylated spirits. And
Not to sound sus, but I'm pretty sure that I've got like 15 liters if you need some.
oh, there we go. We're good to go.
Or reasons.
For reasons.
Yeah.
For reasons. Yeah.
What else, dude? What else is new? Anything else?
No, I got my chaos. They arrived today. It's really exciting. They came a day early. Painting up Stormcast, which is pretty fun. I'm still doing my chaos. Like I'll do Stormcast and then I'll do my guys for a bit just to swap around. I got a King Longboat that came in the mail.
What even is that?
Yeah, so it's a 1 to 50 scale Viking longboat, and like I got it because I want to make I really want to make this Chaos longboat that I saw in this game. I think it's like Warhammer Online or something. It just looks really cool. Just like, this is amazing. My father-in-law managed to find it for me. It's pretty good. I'll put it together and let you guys know how it goes.
Oh, shout out to the father-in-law, legend.
Oh yeah, he's like, you can find anything. You give that man stuff. He's just all over it.
That's it. Hey, we were also talking earlier before we started the show about some of the stuff that's coming out soon and everything.
Oh yeah, man. Do you want to kick it off with your Age of Sigmar stuff?
There's so much Age of Sigmar stuff.
Oh wait. Do you want to do events first? Want to do events first?
Oh, dude, yeah. There's still some events as well, isn't there?
I got heaps of events. All right, so at Mount Cravat. Okay, so at the Warhammer store at Mount Cravat, we have still got their Google. Our 30th September is their anniversary party. I don't know. I mean, I've been to one before down at Chermside. I usually get free stuff, which is pretty good for Games Workshop. Getting some cool free stuff going. And then on the 2nd of October, we've got the Royal Ride conversion competition. Details are still to be released, but if you think you're pretty handy with like glue and plastic and maybe some green stuff, definitely hit it off. There could be some cool prizes for you if you want it. And then on the 7th of October, we've got another Tiny Hammer tournament. I'm not sure if it's Age of Sigmar or Warhammer 40k. I've got a feeling it's a Warhammer 40k tournament. Still going to be really good. Tiny Hammer's great. 750 points. Go crazy. Love it. Then up north side with the Queensland Northern Knights. They're based in Caboolture, I believe. On the 4th of November, we've got Hammer and Sickle, which is a double bolt action tournament. I don't play bolt action, but for those of you who do, and I know there are a few people who do because it's a war game, definitely check it out. It's going to be really cool. They always put on a great show. Then a bit closer to us here at North Lakes in Kalanga, we've got the Warrior Lodge. The 12th of November, we've got an Age of Sigmar event. It's going to be huge. We've got like 26 people coming at the moment.
Is that the day where I'm smashing your face? I think it is.
Yeah, that's the day where my my chosen are going to be stomping all over everything. So
bring it.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring lots of chosen and my new chariots and whatever this thing is. I think it's a Manticore. We're just gonna.
Do you just look at stuff now and think that's AOSy? I could probably take
I'm like, that looks like chaos. I think I could take that.
I'm pretty sure I could find some rules for that shit. Yeah, they'll chuck it in the bag. Let's go.
Yeah, man, we'll go for it. Yeah, so we've got the Age of Sigmar event. That's going to be really cool. And then on the 26th of November, we've got a 40k 8th edition event held by the Warrior Lodge. It's going to be, both of those will be held at the Kalanga Tavern. It's going to be good. Have some beers, roll some dice. Don't drink and drive, but drink and game if you want. We're all about that, aren't we? Bit of cold ones with the boys.
That's it.
And then last one, we've got Irresistible Force. Haven't heard too much from them. I think they're usually running some X-Wing tournaments. But on the 14th of October, they've got the Reconnaissance of Kerr Border Patrol Scouting Style Tournament. It's a small game, 500 points. Interesting way to use some restrictions and just challenge yourself with some stuff that you're not able to go full crazy with. Basically, your limitations is going to be 1 maximum HQ of 5 wounds. You got minimum of 1 troop, maximum of 15 models in a squad. No crazy crap. No 2+ armor, no 3+ invulnerable save. Maximum of 1 vehicle with less than 10 wounds. It's going to be really small, precise, elite forces just smashing down a table. I think they've got 30 people going at the moment. Places for 36. Definitely get in there, buy a ticket. Great group of guys based down in Tanamir near the Hyperdome. I'm going to be hitting up. Hopefully other people will be hitting up as well. Basically, look, any questions, feel free to hit up the Irresistible Force page or Mikey Edwards on Facebook. Good friend of mine. He's a great guy. Check it out. And that's it for events. That's all I got.
Sweet. That's heaps, man. And that's all just in Brisbane, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, man. That's just here. That's just Brisbane. I don't even know what's happening down in Melbourne or wherever else. I mean, like we had BrizCon. We had BrizCon on the weekend. I didn't go because I was sick. You didn't go because you were
sick.
Probably equally sick.
Yeah. Actually, I had what was I doing on the weekend? I had a princess date with my daughters that I had to go to because I promised. Cute. And you know, dad life. # dad life.
Dad life.
Yeah, and also Paul Conti and I did that list off. So he produced his list of Free Guild stuff and called out Tom from Warhammer Weekly as well. So
ooh,
that was my weekend, and I'm not skilled enough to go to BrizCon. So
just quickly on your podcast with Paul Conti, I was listening to that. Some of the stuff that comes out of that guy's head is truly terrifying. Like when he was talking about a group of 40 crossbowmen having 2s to hit, 2s to wound, and they're getting double shot if they don't move. Like that is.
Yeah, bro. He's Math Hammer. Paul Conti is he's got some, like, he's just crazy with all that sort of stuff. That he will take a shit army and using just like mathematics basically be able to squeeze out the goodness in it and make something that's competitive and fun. So he's really cool. It's a pity he's from the States, but nobody's perfect. We won't hold that against him. We can't all be Australian / New Zealand.
Yeah, trying to get that time difference sorted was a bit.
14 hours, man.
Yeah, man.
14 hours. It was cool. It was fun. And he's a really nice guy. He's a good friend of mine. So that was really enjoyable. And now I'm in talks with Tom to try and sort out his list, which most people in the AOS Warhammer fantasy, sort of scene know that Tom is a very, very, very good list builder. He's really, really in there with the competitive team as well, and he's just a funny fella. So that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah,
he seems pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed listening to your podcast. So
well, next time you have to come on, join us.
Man. Oh, dude, definitely. I'm gonna be like all over that, like a rash.
Giggity!
I can't wait. Oh, giggity! Yeah.
Hi, this is Brynley. There's a cream for him. Great.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I can't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely can't wait.
So about that stuff that's coming out.
You got some Warhammer Age of Sigmar new release news.
Yeah, I want to go over it because I was in that mindset of well, you've got enough plastic crack, Ryan. Don't get any more shit.
Yeah, don't do that.
But with the sale of the 40K stuff that I'll never play because it's 40K. No. You're going to have to stop me. Like, you're actually going to have to stop me because I will get some of these. They're really good value, first of all. So, so there's 3 box sets that came out, right? They're all called Warriors of the Great Cities. There's Anvil Guard, there's Tempest Eye, and then there's Hammerhall. So Where do I start? Okay, so for starters, go online and have a look at this stuff. If you haven't already, go online and have a look at this stuff because it's really good value. Like if you would actually take these box sets, split them all up, and then cost all of like all of the heroes and just the units and everything together individually, you'd be paying so much more. Like it's actually pretty good value.
What sort of like saving are we talking about here?
I haven't added it up, but like I'm pretty comfortable in saying that you're going to save like 20%.
Yeah, nice. That's
You know what I
actually
mean?
that's pretty
And
good.
yeah, and I know people from some of the clubs that I go to where they'll actually drive around and shop around to get that 10% off. Well,
Oh, crazy.
here it is already. Just go to G-Dub store, bang, you're sorted. And
That's a good go.
dude, they're just really good. Like they're available for pre-order. So there's the Anvil Guard, which comes with like Elf and Stormcast, and I think they're advertising this one really good because they haven't just gone with the standard like paint job, especially for all the Stormcast. And that one's got it's got the Hydra in it, and I really like that model, as well as the Scourge Runner Chariot. Awesome minis. So there's that one, and then there's the Tempest Eye, which has your little stunty, short guys, the dwarfs, who I don't play, but probably will eventually get some.
Maybe a little bit.
And it comes with a little chopper, which is really cool, the gyrocopter. And that one comes with a whole bunch of the prosecutors, Luke Castellan with his Griffhound. But it's also got those really solid, beefy dwarf units. So that's really good as well. And all three of these boxes, I should probably say as well, are 280 Australian. And
wow, they're only 280.
Well,
only 280.
I mean, it's like we get ripped a little bit here in Aussie, so things are a bit more expensive. Are you listening, G-Dub? But it's still really good value compared to what we would play. And then my personal favorite is Hammerhawk. Now, it's my personal favorite because it comes with my two favorite armies, Stormcast and Free Guild. But the one thing, and this is what I was mentioning to you earlier, right, is that it says in the description on the website, it comes with a Lord Castellan, with his halberd and his warding lantern and his Griffhound, with a set of Liberators, a set of Free Guild Guard, a set of Handgunners, a set of Demigriff Knights, which are still awesome. If you want to start a Free Guild army, make sure that they're in there, and a Celestial Hurricaneum, which is a must for Free Guild, but also it's like the perfect ally for a Stormcast army. If you've got a 2,000 point list of Stormcast, you've got 400 allied points to work with. Make room for a Hurricane because it just fits in there and it's perfect. But on the picture, it's got Free Guild Guard. It's got Free Guild Guard, the General, the Free Guild General. It's got him on foot and it's got him mounted in the picture. But it doesn't say in the description that it comes with him. So does it or doesn't it? I mean, on the page when you go to the box, and if you're there on your computer now, guys, go on and look up Hammerhall. It's got all of the war scrolls there, and Free Guild Generals there, but in the description, it doesn't say that it comes with it. So my guess is it does come with it, and it just forgot to put them in there. But that's my pick of the three boxes. If I wanted to, probably will spend 280 on one of these Warriors of the Great Cities boxes. I would be pre-ordering the Hammerhall one just because it's got all of that, and I've only got like 100 and something handgunners, so another 10 could go somewhere.
You've only got 100 and what handgunners?
120, I think I've got.
Get out! Just get out.
Yeah, actually, most of them aren't painted. If you want to paint them,
I'm not painting your goddamn handgunners.
Fine, be that way. So those are those three box sets, man, and for what they are,
come with a campaign, right? Like there's some sort of campaign attached to it.
So included in it is an allegiance ability rule sheet for the armies of whatever box set you get, as found in the Firestorm book, and a I think it comes with like transfer sheets and stuff as well. So each one of them come with different stuff suitable to whatever box it is that you're buying. Buy all of them.
Yeah,
I want to buy
get a
all
lot
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah. I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff in there. There is some really cool stuff in there. So that's what I would be doing. Now, on top of that, they're at the moment, GW are really pushing the sale of their they're calling it like Build Your Battlefield, and it's got all their terrain that's available. Now, some of it's really good. Like some of it's really good, and I'm struggling because I'm looking at it, and you know how you and I like we're on the hunt for a new map and some new terrain for our
trying to get some
screw around at home.
Yeah.
Dude, some of this looks hot. I know it's been there for ages, but now that it's like on a big picture on the main page, homepage of GW, I want it even more. So, yeah, man. But look, there's heaps of AOS stuff coming out, and I'm still hoping for that Nurgle and Death Rattle stuff sometime in the near future, hopefully. So, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, we get some really cool stuff.
So, is there anything happening in the not as awesome as AOS world of 40k?
Yeah, so in the original totally undestroyed universe of 40k, this week's actually been they've done a whole bunch of drops really recently. Like as of last night, they just made all these new releases pop up. So for those of you who play 40k, it's an exciting time, especially you Imperial Guard players, or as they call it now, Astra Militarum. There is some really fantastic news for you guys. You've got a new codex coming, which features some new units. Well, not new units, but like older regiments from older stuff, but they've been given life for through some of the models. Get on, check it out. It's on the Warhammer community page. It's really exciting. Another big thing is that I mean, like obviously Mortarion dropped sometime last week, and with him has also come a whole bunch of new Death Guard units. So which is pretty exciting. Like you've got what's it called? You got a Blight Drain with like some wicked flesh mower sort of attachment. It looks scary as hell. You've got Scribus Wretch the Tallyman, which is like a character. You got Nauseous Rotbone the Plague Surgeon, which is another character. And then you've got the Plague Burst Crawler tank, which is that green sort of squat looking ugly fucking tank that's been like shown up in a whole bunch of Death Guard stuff, and everyone's like, oh, what's this? Oh, maybe it's a tank. Oh, maybe it'll be like as big as that Space Marine thing that they brought out recently, which is a hover tank. So,
well, see, dude, I don't know much 40k stuff, but you're just talking about tanks. Maybe somebody in the chat can actually help me out with this if you can't. Was that we were at club like maybe like a month or two ago, and this one of the guys from club, Isaac, brought out this tank, and it was like maybe 20% the size of the bloody table. And I just remember,
was it a Baneblade?
I have no idea, man, but this thing was massive. Like it was
That's
massive.
the biggest tank I can think of, man.
And he just like sat it on behind some terrain and was pretty much just like, oh, I'm just going to sprinkle death everywhere and just smash face with this gigantic tank. If I was to ever play 40k again, I want that tank.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Baneblade that he was like running around raping face with. It sounds like an Isaac thing to do.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
Hopefully you're listening, mate.
It was so good.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like a couple of units. They've also released the new Typhus model, which like I am both for and against it because it's been released in the same fashion that the rest of the Death Guard have been. It's really
That's the Nurgle dude, yeah.
Yeah, one of the not the really big one, but he's like a smaller character. He's like a he's got a scythe as well. They seem to have.
Does he have wings?
Nah, that's Mortarion.
Oh, okay. I'm getting the two confused. All right.
That's really big, dude. Actually, we'll talk. Like the internet's blowing up about his price at the moment, so we'll whine about that a little bit later. I'll throw in my 2 cents. But like this Typhus model, I don't know. I first got back when I first got into the hobby, like years and years and years and years ago. I was really in love with the whole grimdark aspect of how 40k looked and how it was like really brutal and rough and really out there. But and the old Typhus model, it really represented a lot of that grimdark sort of feature, which was really cool, and I really enjoyed that. But this new Typhus model hasn't been like it's really cutting. I don't know if it's a paint job or it's a model. I've got to have a look at it and see how it works myself. Hopefully, someone will do like a really cool Blanche-esque paint job and renew my faith in humanity. Who knows? But that's most of the models that they've released. They're also releasing in spirit with the build your own battlefield, Age of Sigmar sort of stuff. They're releasing a new sort of tabletop board game. It's called New Moonbase Kalaus. I don't know.
You call yourself a 40k
so
player and you can't even pronounce every stupid name of every stupid planet in the universe that they have.
I know, right? It's as if I don't speak like fluent Latin or something. It's so bizarre. But you get like a 6x4 board and you get some terrain. It looks kind of cool. I think it's reversible. I'll be kind of keen to see how it looks. It sounds like a really easy way to get a board set up and good to go. But
yeah,
you know, it's not. I've got a Sector Imperialis. I've got all the terrain I need.
Well, with all that sort of stuff,
worries me at the moment.
For those that are watching, because I don't really know much about the 40k stuff. If you're watching this and you've got any of the stuff that Brynley's just discussed, track something down in the comments of the video, because I do read those and educate my uncultured ass on 40k. All right.
Yeah, you gotta help me.
And congratulations to Michael, who managed to get his video to work on his phone and now is watching.
Hey, Michael, how's it going, buddy?
And apparently, Brynley, apparently you speak fluent hobo.
I speak many languages, including bad English and hobo.
Yeah, but like, I don't think never a truer statement has been spoken. You speak.
Yeah, no, they're not wrong.
Mate,
I could get a hobo to do whatever I want. I could lead a hobo to the bar and get him wasted. If that's what. I'm sure that's the same.
Is there more 40k stuff, or is that all of your 40k stuff?
40. Oh, shut your mouth. Nah, look, I'll be honest, that's pretty much it. I've been doing a little bit of dabbling with 40k, just making some lists up for that reconnaissance occur. Just trying to make something fun, something using models that I've already got painted. I don't want to paint anything.
Well, Michael has asked a question because he's relatively new to the role of TO tournament organizer. What type of events do you prefer going to? Simple, competitive, fluffy, crazy new style, escalation, large, small, blah, 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 blah. For mine, it is when you show up, there's a table there that you can put a fucking army down on and throw some dice. Done. I'm easy as.
Good to go.
Brynley's a more complicated and complex character who probably has more refined tastes than me. But I think if you're a TO and you're organising events, you're a winner already, man, because we need more events around Brisbane. So just do all of them. Just do all of the events. Make sure it's AOS.
Is that Michael Edwards? Is this Michael Edwards who's asking this question?
Oh, I don't know. Michael, me and Jez. Sorry.
I'm not really sure, but first up, good on you, man, for like totally hosting, being a tournament organizer. We need more of that stuff in Brisbane. You're doing a great job. I've been to a couple of different tournaments, everything from just throwing dice down with like a really competitive army to doing really fluffy tournaments, which is really cool. I actually enjoy both. Because like a fluffy tournament, you can kind of bring a list that doesn't have to be super competitive. You can experiment with some different armies that you want to bring. But if you really want to bring your A game, then like a competitive tournament is the big thing. The thing that makes or breaks a competitive tournament is the organization and the prize pool. People come to competitive tournaments to win big or win a decent amount of money. Like that's the only thing. Whereas with a fluff tournament, that's not something you have to worry about. You kind of just have to put more effort into the background. So if you're running a fluff tournament, you need to put more effort into providing like that sort of gaming environment so that that's a fluff sort of themed event. Whereas if you're running a super competitive tournament, you need to make sure you've got that financial aspect good to go. I love doing both. I've never done a competitive Age of Sigmar tournament. Actually, I've never done a competitive fluffy Age of Sigmar tournament, but for 40k, especially for last edition that just went by, competitive was my big thing. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, fluff is a great way to just test out new units and have like a whole heap of fun.
And I think with that as well, hello to IS Paint Goblin.
Oh yeah.
Is so it's G-Dub, right? Warhammer is G-Dub. So as a TO, when stuff comes out, like Skirmish did recently with AOS, for example, you know, host an event that's Skirmish. Skirmish is the new thing that's out. Get behind it and do those tournaments and get people involved in it, because then people are going to go, oh fuck man, that Skirmish game was awesome. Where do I get the rule book from? Or oh man, yeah, I really think these 10 units would be great with Skirmish. I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a couple of those minis. And then they go into G-Dub and they're like, hey, just played some Skirmish. I want your book and give me all your plastic crap. And then G-Dub go, yeah, Skirmish worked. And then they go, right, what else can we do? So as a TO, you also want to go with, this is just my opinion, and I am by no means qualified to say anything, but I'm going to anyway. Go with what's new and get behind what G-Dub bring out, because the more we do that as customers, consumers, and that sort of thing, the more they're going to see that that's what we want, and we're actually going to push them and drive them into bringing out more new stuff for us. If we just keep going back and doing the same shit over and over and over as well, they're going to say, well, we'll just give them more of the same shit. Mix it up a little bit. If something new comes out, try it out. You know, 8th edition or whatever it is came out for 40k. Smash out some 40k 8th edition stuff. You know, big, small, whatever. Just get behind it. And then before you know it, you know, more shit's going to come out. So there's that as well.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question, man. That's basically the best opinion from two not fully qualified people to answer that. I mean, yeah, but like, good on you for hosting a tournament. That's awesome, for being a tournament organizer.
Yeah, thanks, man.
To you, man. When you've got your tournament up and running, hit us up. We'll happily advertise. We'll happily talk.
Yeah,
about
definitely. It. Yeah, we'll get behind any of the TOs out there that want to put stuff out. Anything that's going to bring out the hobby more and get more people involved. You know, definitely.
Yeah, man, if you guys have got something that you guys want to talk about, if you guys got something that you guys want us to get in behind, like, hit us up. Like, we're, you know, we've got day jobs and shit, but like, we're not really too fussed about what we do with this podcast. We're happy to throw our support in behind any local event, as long as it's within,
for sure, for sure,
reason. It's not too crazy.
Definitely. And also, just before we move off past that question and into our feature segment, for anybody out there who's not a TO and goes to TO games, make sure that you say thank you and show your gratitude and respect to that TO, because it's not easy to organize an event, big or small. And I think that's also important, because us as players, if you want more games and you want to go to club and have good fun and all that sort of shit, then you got to say thank you to those that actually do the organizing. Yeah. So yeah, a big shout out to all the guys in our clubs that we attend. You know who you are, and you do some awesome shit. So
yeah, you guys do the job that we're too retarded to do ourselves. So kudos.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, man. What's next?
All right. Well, any more questions from the peanut gallery, or are we?
We're good for now. More about your hoboness, but we can cover that offline. And I definitely want more information on Brynley's hoboness. I will publicize it. So any information on his hoboness is welcome.
Oh man, there's
Photos.
probably like someone's probably like made a web page by now. No, nobody give him photos. No one give him photos. Anyone? It's terrible.
Hashtag Hobo Bryn. All right.
Hashtag Hobo Bryn. It's gonna be the new podcast name. Ryan and Hobo Bryn.
Winning.
Yeah, man. All right, so yeah, we've got our feature segment as the name of our podcast today. Our fantastic episode 3. Big shout out to our 15 subscribers. Hopefully, we'll get more after this. Yeah, the talk for tonight is the buying and swapping of miniatures, and etiquette goes with it, and avoiding scams while you're doing it. Like that's the big thing. Like that's what we've been doing. Like there's been a topic out of the blue. There has been some smaller events within our local community that kind of has brought this on as a catalyst. I just feel like, using this podcast is a good time to kind of just go over a couple of basic stuff that a lot of us have down pat, but like some of the stuff that people don't always 100% understand, and people would probably want to hear about it. I mean, both of us buy and swap miniatures. Like it's not a new concept. Like you've got a lot more buying power with secondhand miniatures compared to buying new. Like I mean, like it's
because you just rock up to a G-Dub store and you're like, hey, so I know that you want this much for your Celestin Prime, but I'm willing to give you this much.
Yeah, it's not like Malaysia. We can't bother with Games Workshop.
Yeah, that's it. You can't just rock up and be like, "Brappa," doesn't work. Oh yeah, speaking the lingo, been there before, too many times. Love it.
Too many times. Let's not go into that. That's another story. We're gonna get in trouble. But yeah, like you've got so much more buying power with secondhand miniatures. Like, I mean, yeah, together. Sometimes stuff's already happened. Like sometimes they're not put together the way you want. But sometimes they're in a box. Sometimes they're just new on sprue. Like it's not, depending on what you want or depending how you get. Like if you're getting, like new on sprue miniatures for like 50% of Games Workshop price, you're doing really, really well. And that, like, for those of us who don't have that unlimited supply of money to just throw out our plastic crack addiction, it's a really good way to build armies quickly. And because like it's such a unique hobby, our miniatures have that resale value. Like it's pretty good. Like I'm look, don't get me wrong, I'm still all for buying miniatures brand new. Like I'll do it. Like I bought that Chaos Lord on Manticore, and I bought some Chaos Warriors. But like I still enjoy buy swapping selling. It's a good way to meet other hobbyists. So I know you do it a lot, Ryan. You've got a lot of secondhand miniatures rocking around your shelves, possibly
I do.
100 plus fucking handgunners just chilling out.
So
But I'm angry.
So I've got just looking now. I've got handgunners. I've got guard units. I've got flaglants. I've got a Carl Frantz on Deathclaw that somebody's dog ate. So I got it for like $6 or something. Thanks, Keanu, a lot for your ex-dog toy. But nothing green stuff wouldn't fix it. It's KF, man. You've got to help me out. I've got so much stuff. Nurgle Demon's Army, which is all secondhand, bought off Alex. Shout out to Alex. They're probably like the best secondhand things I've ever bought. They were painted brilliantly. They were based brilliantly. And dude, I'm lazy and skillless, so it just worked out really well. So yeah, you're right. I do have a lot, and some of the experiences has been good. Some of the experiences has been shitful, and then there's the in between where you just forget all about it anyway. I'm the same. Yeah, I'd prefer to buy it new, but sometimes you just go past something and think, shit, if I don't get that, somebody else is going to get that. And it's a good deal, and you just do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, like in today's day and age of having the buy, swap, and sell sites, especially on Facebook or Gumtree, not so much eBay. You don't have a lot of control about what's going on there. But like it's big. Like you definitely become part of the community when you're starting to do the buy swap and sell.
Yeah.
And like there's definitely like you see people do it, stories like doesn't go all the well. Like people talk, like
Yeah.
people have to remember that people are going to talk about, like if you're being a dick to someone, like a big thing is like pestering and like heckling a person. So okay, so let's say you start with the absolute basics. Let's say you've got a box of Stormcast that you want to sell, and the Stormcast are selling for like $100 or something. You throw them up on your Facebook site, and you know they're okay. Then you're on sprue. It's not a big deal. And so like, have you ever had a person like you've sold a couple of things before?
Mm.
Have you ever had
I've,
like people who are trying to like lowball you real fast, or like they're trying to
yeah,
say,
all the time, all the time. You get it all
right,
the time. But the problem is, right? You've got it's hard, right? Because one, it's online, so
yeah,
you've got to take like. There's no emotion in text. It's really hard to.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so you've got two types of people. You've got, well, three, let's just say. You've got that one who's just a dick, right? And they know they're offering you some shitful price. You've got another one who is like genuinely offering you what they can afford. And it's pretty easy to tell the difference between the two. And that doesn't mean you're always going to sell to that person just because they don't have the money to pay you what you're after for it. But, they're a lot better than the first. And the third one is somebody who just doesn't really know what it's worth, doesn't really understand, is, just trying to buy some minis. And they're sort of out of the loop with it all. They're just throwing out what they think might be it. And those are the three types of people that are going to try and offer you sort of a lower price than what you'd want.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of it comes down to how you deal with it. Because like you said, it's like it's a community and word travels. And I see those posts that come up saying, "Oh, Joe Blogs," which is just a fake name, by the way. If there's a Joe Blogs listening, he sounds like a nice guy. Joe Blogs sold me, that box of Stormcast, and I paid him 70% of retail for it. And when he sent it to me, it got here, and all the fucking heads were missing or something. Like, you read that, and so. And the
that
same thing
person's
goes
automatically
vice
blacklisted.
versa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, so you've got it's buying and selling, right? So you've got the buying and then you've got the selling. So if we put the selling aside for a second, and we just look at buyers as a group of people,
Yeah.
let's discuss the buyers. Like, what are the do's and the don'ts? What do you look out for? What are things, what is it that how can we help buyers?
Yeah, right. So I guess with buying, it's like nearly the complete flip of the coin for what you're looking for. So obviously you have to have like I try to avoid compulsive buying
I don't.
on the buy swap. Yeah, I know you are fucking terrible. You will contact me at like 2 a.m. You're like, oh shit, I just bought like $300 worth of like free guild, and I'll be like, okay, that's cool. He's like, do you reckon we can strip him in the morning? I'm like, no, dude, no, this isn't happening. We're not doing this. This is the wrong place to do it. But yeah, with buying, so obviously have a clear image in your mind what you want to buy. Obviously, if you can get new on sprue for 50% of Games Workshop price, that is really good. That's kind of your benchmark. That's your best possible outcome. I wouldn't expect someone to be selling new on sprue for less than 50% of Games Workshop, because let's be honest, it's like all it's had is that your grubby fingers on it while you've just ummed and ahed about how you're going to put it together, and then you put it down and realize that you'd rather play Call of Duty for like 14 hours a day instead.
Yeah, and that's like, I've never bought 50% of retail for nuance proof like that. I haven't found that score yet. So
yeah, it's pretty unheard of, but that's like a best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time, like, I know you go, man.
I was just going to say, like, price wise, things that the other things as well as like, don't expect 50% of retail, but also go online to like start at GW. What are they actually retailing for now? Go to eBay. What are they selling for on eBay? Like you can get it's like a good idea on what the average is for it, and then look at the quality of what's sold for those prices versus what you're looking at. Are they the same quality? If not, knock $10 off or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, are they built? Are they painted? What sort of quality are they painted to? That'll definitely affect sort of the price that you're looking at buying. Like, let's say you see a whole bunch of crappily painted Stormcast, and you're just like, oh, I'll take them, and then you get them, and then you realize it was painted by 5-year-olds, and you're gonna have to sit down and strip it.
Stop talking about my Stormcast.
They make me so sad sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Like, it's a good like, they're gonna look amazing. It's a good example, and I've done it before as well. Like I've bought ages ago, I bought Tau units, and like I'll buy them painted, which was there was a store that used to sell secondhand miniatures. You just go in, order what you wanted, take it home, and strip it. It's just a little bit of extra effort. It wasn't really a big deal for me. I did have one really bad experience. The item was a recast item, and so be really careful of that. Like obviously,
Nope. Don't go there. No recast. Nope.
Not gonna go there. Yeah, just
nope.
Don't go there. Don't buy it. Don't buy into that. But be aware if you're buying painted models, it may be. So just be real clear with the person you're buying from what it is and what it isn't. So that's pretty much all we're going to talk about recast though, because we do not condone that crap at all.
Yeah,
we don't do that. But yeah, look, if you're buying, obviously be really clear about what you want with the seller. Reiterate, this is for buyers and sellers, reiterate multiple times what the trade deal is going to be. Like, let's say, I want to buy this and this out of the items that you're offering, how much, and then they'll give you a price, and then you reiterate and you'll be like, all right, so for this price I'll be getting this and this, and then you discuss postage and that. So it's very, very clear, and there aren't miscommunications, because that's like 90% of those, that's 90% of the problems we see on the Facebook groups. Like someone just hasn't communicated properly, or someone has misunderstood something because it wasn't put out clearly. Like, I'm not saying people don't rip each other off, because it happens, but like a lot of the problems can just be solved by really good communication, which is a really important part of any sort of community. So
and also when you're buying, because there's dodgy fuckers out there. Like, they're out there. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the internet, you know. Don't pay for it in bank transfer or money order and shit like that. I'm not saying that everybody's dodgy, but they're probably dodgy. Like,
that's it.
Go with PayPal, because PayPal's got it's got like a biosecurity thing in there. So if you don't get the mini, if you bought a Liberator but he sent you a Gryph-hound or whatever, you can contest it, and there's a chance you can get your money back. If you're not getting what you paid for, then you've got that that insurance there. So I wouldn't pay for anything else other than PayPal.
Yeah, and unless you like know the person personally, like I would never do the whole gift thing to avoid the fee. Seriously, the gift is like $5. Like, just pay it.
Pay the fee,
security, man. The security that it affords you is priceless.
Yeah, amen to that.
Yeah, like
and then the other thing as well is when you're a buyer, I reckon pay close attention to the photos, pay close attention to the description, and any other information that you can find on it, because there may be an arm missing or a shield missing or something that hasn't been mentioned, and it's not always they're not always doing it to try and trick somebody. Like, there's people out there that just genuinely will go, oh shit, sorry, the shield fell off the dude, or I forgot his gun scope broke or whatever. So pay attention and ask those questions, and make sure that you ask those. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. You know, where the fuck's the shield or whatever, but be polite about it. You know, hey buddy, just looking at the photo and noticed you want $20 for this guy, but he's missing an arm. But it's not mentioned in the description. Is there a reason for that? If you're still happy to sell it without that, like, you know, I'll buy it off you for a different price, blah, 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 whatever. So pay attention. Don't be an idiot, because like 70% of the time, if something screws up and it's not that he's ripped you off and not sent anything, it's because you didn't pay attention. So pay attention and look at what you're buying, because it's your cash and it's your time and it's your hobby. So
yeah, and if, like, from the seller's point of view, like, take clear pictures, invest in some sort of lighting so that when you're selling these items, you can give a clear picture of what you're selling. I mean, it's the same thing if you've got them on the thing, like a post with a picture is going to sell a lot better than a post that doesn't have a picture at all. If you can get a picture out there that's clear, shows exactly what you're doing, I think you can easily post up to like 20 pictures or something on Facebook. Like, if you need to take a picture of everything you're selling, go for it. Like, make sure it's clear, make sure you're listing exactly what you're selling. Don't include extra crap in your photos that you're not selling, because I can guarantee you someone's going to be like, oh, I know you're selling that Age of Sigmar army, like right behind you, but would you be interested in selling that, you know, that 3-month-old baby that's also in the picture? I mean, like, it'll happen.
Yeah. It just shows up in the post. What the hell am I going to do with this?
What do I do with this? Yeah, your problem.
Hey, I did it again.
I bought another child.
God damn it. I think, yeah, okay, so going now to buyers, right? Like you said, you've got the lots of photos. Good, get multiple angles, get multiple shots, make sure the lighting's right. You know, if you're in a shitty, danky, bloody cupboard somewhere, it's probably going to look crap. Go somewhere else and take a photo of it. Make sure that people can see what you're selling, because if you think it's good enough for somebody to pay whatever amount it is that you want them to pay, then prove it. If you can't prove it, don't expect to get what you're after for it. And I think adding on to that as well, there's a couple of prices as a seller, which is what I do. Like, most of the stuff I sell more than I buy, because
you've got a lot of stuff.
So right, there's the GW price, right? GW prices are brand new in a box, wrapped in plastic, probably never touched by anybody, other than a little metal claw thing that picked it up and put it in the box, right? That's a GW price. Unless you're GW, you're probably not going to be able to sell it for a GW price, and that's okay. Like, whatever. The next price after that, next down from that, is heart price. Now, if you've got a mini like the Glocken, for example, to me, he's worth more than what he was purchased for at GW, because I have some form of emotional attachment to my little plastic man, right? If I put that up for sale, I'm not going to put it up for sale for the same price that GW sold it for, or maybe more if the paint job's good enough. But that's a whole story altogether. That's the heart price. That's what you think it's worth. That doesn't mean that that's what the rest of the internet and gaming community is going to think it's worth. All right. Next up from that is what it's actually worth.
Yeah.
Same thing as with buyers, right? Buyers go on, research, look at other stuff, look at eBay, find out what the average price is for those sorts of things. As a seller, do the same thing. Go on eBay. What are other people selling their crack for? You know, find out, do your research, and then put a price on it. If you think that it's worth $100 and you bought it for $150, then prove it, right? And the way you're going to prove it is with the photos, like you said, Brynley. If you got good shots and all of that, that's going to count for a lot. but also in your description. Put something cool in the description. I bought the bloody hell was it? Can't remember. I bought this Nurgle unit anyway, and the only reason I bought it was because the dude swore in his statement about it, but in a good way, to the point where I laughed so much I was like, I've got to have that. You know, shut up and take my $10. Like, it was just this brutally honest description about them, and that's cool. But some people like, you know, a fluffy description. Some people like a straightforward description of it's painted to tabletop quality, but not good. So that's why it's cheap. Yep, sweet, cool. Pick your description. Pick your target, your target market, I guess you could call it. You know, oh, this is a real beardy unit that people only buy if they really want to get into GTs and Smash Base. So write something for them. Or this is an out of production metal one and it's really, really sought after. Write something about that as well, like that plastic dude that I've got from the Grey Knights or whatever that you mentioned. Something like that. So there's that as well, yeah?
Yeah.
What else? Buyers. Sellers, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, sellers, yeah, just you gotta be clear, concise about what you're selling. Don't expect, like, okay, if you've got painted models and you're trying to sell them, like, obviously, unless it's actually pro painted to a decent level, like as Ryan was saying, it's not gonna sell for what you paid for it. Like, if it's painted really, really well, like above tabletop standard, and it's like to the colors that people want, people will probably pay. People will probably pay for it. But actually make sure it's actually tabletop standard or above. Like, if you're going to sell something advertised as pro painted, it better be pro painted, because I've bought pro painted stuff before, and I assure you that shit was not pro painted. Maybe if the person was professionally blind or something, or like, yeah, we shouldn't make fun of disabled people, but you know, that's what
this is the type of professionalism people can come to expect from our show.
Hey guys, come to AUSHAMMER. We're family friendly, mildly racist, at least be consistent. Yeah, always be consistently racist and discriminatory. We're not a safe space. Go back to your fucking uni place.
so tonight's Brynley's last show, everybody. So see you later.
Yeah. Bye, guys. I'm on a list.
Yeah. Like, there's you're right though. Like, and adding to that as well, when you're selling, don't get insulted, because there's a lot of trolls out on the interwebs, on the line, and all that sort of stuff, who will just offer you some shitty price, and
they'll fuck up your feelings. They will just hurt you, like the mean they are. They'll just
don't bite, I guess, is my advice. Like, just either ignore it or just say no, mate. You know, or get fucked.
Yeah, there's no point flying into a rage over an internet argument. I think, what was it? Some guy on MC Hammer said, you know, there's no, you know, our life's short enough without arguing on the internet about pointless shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then there's another thing that I'd like to add to both buyers and sellers. And this is something that I heard recently from Michael on Doom and Darkness. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. All right, and they all usually stink. Like, and you're going to have people that come on there and say stuff like, "Oh, I can't believe you'd even sell that. It's not tabletop standard. You're just shit. Whatever. If it's tabletop standard, then sweet. If it's not, it's not. But yeah, don't buy into it. Don't feed the trolls. You're there just to sell or buy a mini. And
if you're one of those people who like finds weird enjoyment from heckling people who are just trying to sell miniatures online, maybe just cut that shit out, hey, because like people see those comments and they kind of just think you're a dickhead. Like, you might might think it's funny, and like one or two of your friends might be like, "Haha, you're so hilarious," but
Uh,
the rest of us just think it's a bit old. And like, let's be honest, you should probably leave that shit in high school, because this is, unless you're in high school, then by all means.
yeah,
But
and the funny thing as well is, like it's happened to me once on one of the Facebook things. Anyway, I was selling a couple of things, and some dude left a few gnarly comments about how it's like I think he's like it's a queer army or something, and I just thought, what an idiot, you know. And it those units sold really easily, like for like 24 hours, and then probably about 2 months ago, I stuck something else up for sale, and that dude actually wanted it. And I remember him, and I was like, I just didn't respond to him. Yeah, I didn't respond to him, and I sold it to somebody else for $10 less than what that guy was offering me, just because he's a dick. So
yeah, so being a dick doesn't pay off at all. Like,
so to that dude, his name was Sean. That's why you didn't get those minis, man. Because you're a dick.
Because you're a dick. You're a real dick.
Anyway, moving on. I think those are the main things I can think of. Is there anything else you can think of that's going to help with the buying and selling?
Oh, dude, packing stuff properly. Like,
yes,
it's like a pet. Like we were talking about. Like, people use they do the strangest things when they're packing miniatures. And like, I understand that. I probably packed some pretty funky stuff as well when I first started sending miniatures, like 5-6 years ago. But you learn pretty quickly, and like, if a person sends you something wrapped in toilet paper, like, even if nothing's broken, maybe just hit them up and be like, "Hey man, like, I appreciate your effort for packing, but if you could use bubble wrap or something else, that'd be really cool." Like, because these are miniatures. Like, they're not your miniatures anymore. Like, you've just sold them to a person, and they've paid money, and they expect you to be able to wrap them properly and send them safely to their location. Like, my Chaos miniatures, when they arrived, they were packed perfectly. Like, bubble wrap, well placed, good to go. All loose items were in a Ziploc bag. Nothing was rattling around. Everything was there. Everything was accountable. That was fantastic. When you're packing, make sure you've got an inventory of everything that you put in there. You know what you put in there, and you're sending it to the right person. Like, you've got their address properly. It's perfectly fine to ask a person's address more than once. Like, it's not a huge deal. Like, you can. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, don't make a big deal out of it. Otherwise, you will just look suspect.
Yeah, just make sure make sure that's going to the right location.
Yeah, but Brynley, no, it doesn't mean it's okay for you to now go out and start randomly asking people for their addresses. All right, suspect.
But why not? But why not? We should just make a PO box, and people can send us random crap to it.
That's a shockingly good idea. Just like, I know, right? Anonymous hobby admissions.
Yeah, if you've got a really shitty miniature, you like just roast my miniature, send it to us, and we'll like.
Actually, you know what? That's a really good idea. So, if anybody out there has a really shitty mini, like shit, all right. Even actually, you know what? If you think that your mini is painted awesomely, if you just send us a fucking photo of your mini, all right, and we will roast it on our cast. What's our email, Brynley?
It is the XXX. No wait, it's XXI because it's 21.
Oh, it doesn't even know his Roman numerals. God damn
gamers. Shut up. What do I look like? A high school student or something? Yeah. Okay. So XXX1, Legion War Gamers.
XXI.
XXI, whatever. Look, just post in the damn comments. We'll like get that stupid link thing going. Do your internet crap.
XXI Legion.
Yeah. War Gamers. I don't know. I can't remember. Like, it's there. We'll find it. Look,
we'll post it. And if it's not there, we'll put it in the comments of this video. Send us your mini shots, and also find us on Facebook anyway, and just send us your pictures. Yeah, let's see them. All right, and if you wanna put your name against it, let us know. If you don't want to put your name against it, let us know. Yeah. You know what?
And then we'll put your name against it.
I guarantee you at least one of my minis will make it onto the show. And Brynley, I expect the same from your space communist fish people. Not that one.
Yeah, man.
Is that you know what one you should grab? The heralder. The dude. Find the dude with the horn. Where's the dude with the? You leave him alone. Where's the dude with the
Oh
horn?
no,
I love the
he's already
skin tone
undercoated.
on that Drekoth. Thank you very much. There's the dude with the horn. He's real.
He's
He's
already
real good.
undercoated. He's black. He's just a pile of blackness now,
You
man.
stripped him too. Okay. All right. Well, look, I've
Yeah,
got like.
he's already done. I don't have time to laugh at your poorly painted miniatures. I'm gonna paint them.
Oh, that's how it is. I'm trying to find something out. You know what? We will definitely be putting ours up as well. So send them in. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be good.
Completely off
Wait.
topic, but brilliant idea.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be good.
Where did that even come from?
We're just doing it. Yeah, but yeah, packing. Just make sure it's good. Good to go.
Okay, so I'm
Get
going to
down
call
there,
out a few
right.
people first.
Yeah.
Mikey,
So
you're a painter. Send one of your bloody miniatures in. Send us a photo. Send it to Brynley. We'll make it anonymous and mix it in with other ones so nobody will ever know.
yeah, I don't know.
Wednesday, we expect one from you two. Alex, send one.
Alex.
Send one. It's all in good fun, by the way. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, all right. So, in summary, for when it comes to buying, swapping, and selling, a couple of really basic key points are going to have to be all right. Remember the power of buying your secondhand minis. Anything better than 50% off Games Workshop price for Nuance Brew is a fantastic deal. Don't expect a hackle lower than that. That's just a bit rude. Following on to the next point, don't pester or heckle a person. Don't send them 1,000 messages just because you really want that item. That is an absolute pain in the ass. Negotiate within reason. Don't lowball people. Look, like have some integrity. People talk. People hear if you're spending the entire time offering like $20 for a Baneblade or some absolutely OP, beautifully painted miniature. No one's going to take you seriously. And then, like as Ryan said, like you'll find something from that same person, and they just be like, "Nah, dude, you're a dick. I hate you." Look, be clear what you're selling. Don't try to cheat a person. They're going to count in the mail anyway. Like when no one's an idiot. In saying that, make sure you know what you're buying. Don't try and fuck up, and do that by just being real clear about what each party's getting in the deal. Remember to clarify before any exchange takes place. When an exchange does take place, make sure it's through PayPal. Pay that fee. Don't be a cheapskate. Don't give gifts. The peace of mind at the end of the day is 100% worth it. Would not go anywhere without it. And when you finally send it, make sure it's packed properly and watch out for scammers. Like, that's our top tips on how to avoid getting absolutely, having a really bad time. But we're not the boss of you, so you do what you want. We're just here to give some information.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's all the advice that we give is it's stuff that we've picked up from experience, from mistakes that we've made or mistakes that our friends have made. So you don't need to listen to a word of it. You can tell us just to piss off. That's fine. However, if I ever find out that you've watched this cast and then you've gone and bought something and you got the shits because of something, you didn't do something that we've just advised you to do, I will lol. There will be lols. There will be lots of lols. I will lol all over you.
Roast your sale.
Yeah.
We'll roast your post.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, look, that's pretty much it. The only other point I have is don't forget about Polished Man, the charity that's raising awareness for domestic violence against children. The Legion of Wargamers are running it through their page. Myself, I'm doing it. Ryan's going to be doing it. Kicks off in October, so real soon. Everyone paint a nail.
Yeah.
It's $20. It's we're raising a little bit of money for a couple of kids who are going to be doing, a bit hard, and for those of us who are parents, it's a big deal. It's heartbreaking, that sort of shit. So,
oh yeah.
Other than that, Ryan, you got anything else, man?
Yes, I do.
Like an hour and a half.
This little thing here. I know. What is this? So last club day.
That's a door.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's not a door for Rhino, so I don't really care.
Yeah, it's a door for Rhino.
Nathan. I know there's a lot of Nathans out there, but the Nathan I'm talking about will know. This is yours. Come and pick it up. You left it at the last club. That is it.
So we just lost a door off it.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, before we go, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who joined us tonight.
Yeah, like how many people do we have? We have like 3 people talking to us. This is brilliant.
Yeah. I'm sorry if we missed some questions. I have a whole bunch of people on Facebook messaging me about stuff as well, so I'm sorry if we didn't get to you. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, then you can get updates on all the stuff that we do, which is a lot. We've got Brynley's tutorials. There's 3 of them coming out soon. In fact, I think we're going to post them up Friday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sweet. So there's 3 of them. There's the list off. There's our Monday cast. There's so much stuff. Yeah, get in on it, subscribe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hit up our videos. We're still reorganizing our YouTube channel. We're going to be throwing into categories. It's going to be a bit different. We've got some new thumbnails going. As some of you who have been with us from the start may have noticed, our thumbnail is no longer my ugly face. It's actually a picture of something, which is probably less traumatizing to some of you.
To everybody.
To everyone, yeah. I apologize.
I think it's safe to say everyone, yeah.
Yeah, I was ordered by court to wear a beanie because I've got an ugly head. So
yeah, and now you just look like the Australian version of fucking Eminem. Way to go, dude.
Yeah, that's it. I'll start busting out some mad beats and rhymes and whatever. Oh,
for the love of God, don't do that. Will the real Slim Brynley please stand up?
Please stand up.
All right, cool. I'm done. That's it. I'm out. Drop the mic.
Right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. It's been really good. It's been a fun episode. Tune in next week for AUSHAMMER episode 4. We don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll do something, but check out the list off. Check out the rest of our videos when we finally get our tutorials up. Check that out. Heckle us on Facebook. Whatever. We're just here. Peace out from Brisbane. Love a lot of you. All right, let's cut it.
See you, buddy.